What's up, guys? Dustin McDangles back here with another video, and welcome back to the NHL preview series here back in the Atlantic Division. In today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at the Detroit Red Wings, how they finished last year, players that have left, the players that they've brought in, as well as take a look at their projected lines, team stats, and all of that good stuff in today's video. Before we do get started, guys, if you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. The majority of you guys are not actually subscribed to the channel, and I would love if you guys would join the community. We're building it so quickly here, and I do appreciate every single one of you guys that takes a look at these videos, hits the like button, and we interact in the comments. So fun stuff, guys. Let's keep it going. But without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into this video and take a look at the Detroit Red Wings. Taking a look now at the Detroit Red Wings, they finished the year off last year with a record of 32-40-10. Not one of their best seasons, but the future is looking bright for this squad. They finished up with 74 points, which was good enough. 6th place in the conference. They finished off 6th in their division as well in the Atlantic. Again, nothing too crazy. They were minus 28 when it came to goal differential, which is kind of tough when it comes to team stats. Goals for, they were 25th in the league. Goals against, they were 30th. Power play, they were 15.3% with a penalty kill of 73.8%. So overall, their special teams were not the best, as well as goal scoring and goal defending, not there either. They have $8.1 million worth of cap space left, but I think they're going to use that when it comes to re-signing players because they do have a lot of contracts up. But man, this team is going to be exciting in the years to come with Dylan Larkin, Lucas Raymond, Moritz Seider, Philip Hronek. I mean, the sky's the limit for this squad when it comes to their youth, and there's more guys that I haven't listed off at this point in time, but we're going to go ahead and take a look at the players now that have left the squad, which it's quite a long list, as well as the players they brought in. Sam Gagner has left the squad, as well as Troy Stecher. Mitchell Stevens has left, as well as goaltender Thomas Greiss, and Uli Ulevin has left the squad as well. Now, when it comes to the players that they've brought in, it is quite a long list for the Red Wings. Andrew Kopp being their biggest face that they brought in from the Rangers, and before that, the Jets. They've also gone ahead and brought in journeyman David Perron, who spent the majority of his career in St. Louis, but he was at a couple different spots here and there. Dominic Kubalik, they've also brought in on the front end, and on the back end, they've brought in Ben Sherratt from the Florida Panthers and formerly known at the Montreal Canadiens. Oli Mata, they've also brought in, as well as Robert Haig. And between the pipes, and this is going to be an awesome tandem, they've brought in Ville Husso from the St. Louis Blues to go with Alexander Nedeljkovic, who they already have between the pipes, who they actually got from the Carolina Hurricanes. So a lot of players in and out for the squad this year, which will be interesting to see. But let's go ahead and we're going to take a look at their projected lines right now. Again, these are just projections. You can mix and match these however you'd like, but man, they are looking very deep, at least 3 lines deep up front, which is very intriguing. And even their 4th line is decently solid with Raymond, Larkin, Bertuzzi. If that is their true first line, that is a pretty stout first line. Larkin and Raymond. That's going to be a very interesting combination going forward, and who knows, years to come could be interesting to see. Second line, they've got Vrana, Kopp, and Perron. I'm interested to see how Kopp does in Detroit, especially playing second line minutes. I think that's going to allow him to pop off and have around maybe 60 to 70 points this year, especially playing with Perron and Vrana, who are competent goal scorers themselves and can put the puck in the back of the net when able. It'll be fun to watch. Third line, you've got Kubalik, Suter, and Zadina. That's a very solid third line. That could be some teams or bottom teams in the leagues, most of their second lines right there. So that's nice to see. Detroit has some depth on the forward front. And then the 4th line, I'd say the best player to note is Sudquist. It'll be interesting to see if he is going to stay on that 4th line, if that is where he actually will play, or if he'll play some 3rd line minutes in place of Kubalik or Suter. I'll be interested to see how that works out. But on the back end, again, these pairings can be mixed and matched. Sherratt and Seider, first line, I mean, that's a pretty stout first line of D pairing. Mata and Hronek, and again, another solid pairing, and Edvinsson and Lindstrom. I love that. Lindstrom they love that name in Detroit, but I'd say very solid back end. I'd say at least 2 solid pairs deep, and between the pipes, you've got Husso and Nedeljkovic, where I think that's one of the most solid tandems in the league this upcoming season. So I'll be interested to see how that works out. Now, taking a look at their contracts, they do have a lot of work that they got to do for the upcoming seasons if they want to try to keep this core together and find a way to bring Detroit back to the top of the league. You've got to re-sign Dylan Larkin, who is your captain, your best player. You've got to find a way to re-sign Tyler Bertuzzi. You got Suter, who's up this year. You got Oscar Sundqvist, who's up this year. Restricted free agent. A couple other guys on forward end aren't too important. But on the back end, you've got Olimata, you got Osterley, you've got Wallman, you've got Lindstrom. I mean, you've got a lot of guys there that are going to be needing to be re-signed after this upcoming season, but I think that they'll be able to work the cap around in their favor to get that to happen. So I fully expect Detroit to have a solid upcoming season, and who knows what could happen. Maybe they sneak into a wild card spot if they can stay healthy. But let's go ahead. We'll get into my predictions right now. When it comes to the predictions for the Red Wings this upcoming season, I'm expecting big things out of this squad as long as the health is there. I fully expect the Red Wings to have a solid push for a wild card spot this year, pushing, the likes of the Capitals, Bruins, Islanders, Blue Jackets, even the Ottawa Senators, if you guys saw my last video. So they're going to be up around that, I would say, 90-point range. 90 to 95 is what I'm thinking the Red Wings are going to be able to pull out this year. As long as their goaltending stays healthy and their forwards up front are producing, I expect the Red Wings to make a push and even tickle and make a way into the playoffs. Now, big years this year. I expect Raymond Larkin to have huge years. I expect Kopp to have a big year. I even expect a dark horse performance this year from Perron. I know that's not saying much because the last couple of years he's been very solid, but a new squad, he's never really done well except when he went to Vegas. With new squads, I fully expect Perron to have another 60-ish point year, which would be huge. I expect Zadina to pop off this year, maybe even move up the lineup in place of Bertuzzi potentially when it comes to points. I expect another massive year for Moritz Seider. It's going to be interesting to see how he progresses, and I fully expect Husso and Nedeljkovic to be one of the, if not the best tandem in the NHL this upcoming season. Again, you heard it here first. I fully expect that. They're going to, I think that the Red Wings are going to be the surprise of the NHL season this year. A lot of people aren't expecting that because they've been so bad these past couple of years, but with the squad that Yzerman has been building and putting together, they're only going to get better. We're only going to keep hearing about the Detroit Red Wings in the future, but I fully expect them to have a solid year this upcoming season. They are going to be one of the dark horses of the NHL this upcoming season. But what do you guys think? I want to hear from the Detroit Red Wings fans down below, or any fans of that matter. Who's going to have the biggest pop-off season? Is it going to be Raymond? Is it going to be Larkin? Is it going to be Kopp, Vrana, Perron, Seider? Is the goaltending going to be an anchor for the Red Wings, Husso and Nedeljkovic? Let me know down in the comments. I want to hear from you guys. And if you have made it to this point in the video, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, consider sticking around the channel. We've been growing like crazy, and I cannot thank you guys enough for the love and support you've been showing this channel. We've been growing. We're trying to hit 500 subscribers before the start of the season, and heading into the season trying to hit 1,000 before Christmas time. So that's our goal, guys. Let's keep growing. I can't appreciate you guys enough, and thank you so much. But that's going to be it for today's episode. If you guys did enjoy it, hit the like button. But I hope you guys have a good one, and as always, stay dusty.